Great relationship with the cast. As a matter of fact, we see each other on these things quite often. But what I miss most about being on The Walking Dead is the craft service. That's right, I lied. Sue me. Dude, I got so good at talking for an hour and a half without not saying shit. An hour and a half, just getting around the questions, and because we're under contract, we can't talk about the show or future episodes or any of the plot lines or anything like that. Even on even Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm not allowed to say a lot about that either. You know, that's how these things are done these days. Go ahead. Hell yeah. Do I like the way I went out in The Walking Dead? Yes! You know what? I had one, I don't want to say demand, but I had one comment when I was told that I was going out. I said, Merle came into the show an ass kicker. He's leaving the show an ass kicker. Simple as that. If you do that, I'm fine. And you know, we did a pretty good job. The arc for this character was like probably, I mean, I've done TV before, but it's like, you know, little hits and misses and, you know, guest starring stuff. But I've never done anything quite this long with the ability to create a character that has quite an interesting arc. And Merle had a very, very interesting arc. Would y'all not say that? Oh yeah. So I was happy. I'm very happy with how it turned out. The writers, the writing staff, the producers, everyone on the show, the other actors are stellar. I mean, they put up with me day in and day out, and I mean, because ask Norman, for God's sakes. I mean, we start a scene and the lines are like here, and I'm like, man, I create my own scene in the middle of the scene, and a lot of the other actors, they get it, they go with it. That's how good they are, and we just do it, man. It becomes better than what the original script was meant to say. It says more because it becomes on the spur of the moment kind of expression. You know, your creative expressions can flow in that way. And sometimes if you restrict your creative flow by words on a page, then you're missing out on a lot of very intriguing and interesting moments. And you know what? It is film, by the way, or digital. They can cut whenever the hell they want to cut. And if they don't like it, they don't have to keep it in there, right? So might as well just do it. If they like it, hell, great, man. I love it. That's the way I like to work anyway. How about you, Miss? Go ahead. Out of all the roles that I played, what's been my favorite role and why? I don't have any favorite roles, but I do have a few that I really like. The first movie I ever did was called Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. The most extremely challenging, psychologically challenging piece, it was an amazing piece. So I was I just got out of theater school, so I had never done film before. So I basically said, I'd like to do this as a test. And so I started doing it, and it became, you know, it became very intense. So as you know, if you've seen the movie. Another one is Days of Thunder, Ronnie Burns. Yeah! Ronnie Burns was awesome role, and you know, my character was patterned after Dale Earnhardt, and we all know, you know, what happened with him, and so it was a beautiful opportunity to play somebody that was just a kick-ass racer on the track, dude. You don't get in his way, and that was my character. you don't get in his way, he'll move you out of his way real quick. And that's sort of like a through line with Merle as well. Those kinds of roles are things that I did doing. And then another one was a chick Gamble in 8 Men Out. And I don't know if any of y'all have seen that, but and so we did it back in, God, I don't remember when we did it, but 8 Men Out was about the Chicago White Sox versus Cincinnati Reds during the World Series. The White Sox threw the World Series by conspiring with gamblers. My guy, Chick Gamble, was the catalyst, was the guy who actually enjoyed gamblers. So I have a lot of friends in that department, right? So basically, he was the guy who sort of got it all rolling, convinced the other ball players to go along and make a little money, since, their boss wasn't paying them diddly squat. They had a little revenge on his ass. So those are three of my favorites. They've always been my favorites. And of course, now I got a fourth, Merle Dixon. Merle Dixon's got to be my first right now. Let's see what we got here. Come on. I don't prefer either. I prefer the one that pays me money. To buy a bad guy that pays me money, I'm the bad guy. If the good guy pays me money, I'm the good guy. Sometimes the bad guy is a good guy and the good guy is a bad guy. I played a lot of cops, I mean, police officers. But how about you, sir, in the front? Merle was quite a role. I mean, as I said, the arc in that character, he starts out, being such a dick. I mean, but he was, he's up on the rooftop. It's the apocalypse. No more rules, no more political correctness bullshit. And he's there popping heads off zombies. Why the hell is somebody coming up there telling me to stop, right? You can go shove it, basically. Anyone who came on that rooftop and told that character to stop at that moment in time was bound to get a mouthful of knuckles or just verbally laid out, So unfortunately, T-Dog came up and unfortunately Merle has his likes and dislikes. And unfortunately, T-Dog took the first swing, and unfortunately, T-Dog got his ass kicked. Yeah. And I thought it was a pretty good fight. It was like 3 or 4 against 1. So that's pretty fair when it comes to Merle. Yes. A little louder, honey, baby. What? Little Merle? I don't know, well, you know what, I have no idea where Little Merle is, but I'm sure they have 3 or 4 Little Merles in the props department. They're on The Walking Dead, and maybe, you never know, maybe one day I will be gifted something like Little Merle. Don't be shy, lift it, go like that. Go ahead, what? We never break character. That's not lying. Me and Norman, when we're on set together, it's like magic. Because I love giving him shit. I truly do. As Michael Rooker. So, as Merle, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. You cannot write stuff like kick off your high heels and climb. Throw your purse out the window and race, It's the same thing, same idea, right? So that was beautiful. That whole scene was improvised. Him climbing up the rock face and the truly little lizards and bugs were crawling across his eyelids, and he's like, "Come on, Rooker, just say the line, just say the line." And I would say everything but the line. Thank you. Go ahead, brother. Yeah.
So one question I have is, in the show you play the southern, just badass king. So my question is,
Yeah.
do you live that life, southern?
Shit, no. Sit down. Okay, no. How about you? Right there. Stand up and shout it so I can hear you. What? The most memorable moment on set for me was when the baby was born. I was there on the set when the baby was born. You know, and it was really, really intense. You know. Other than that, it was the 4.5 minute monologue on the rooftop, and that's my style. But the most poignant moment for myself personally was when the child was being born, and you know everything else that happened after that. Yes, go ahead. I love it. You know, I can't wait. I'm a big fan myself, so I'm going to be in the UK when it comes out. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it right from the start. So I'm still filming Guardians of the Galaxy over there, and I'll be there for a little while longer. I can't tell you exactly how much longer I'm going to be there. Yeah, go ahead. Merle. Was it really hard playing a dominant male without playing the dominant male? It's really difficult for me to play the dominant male. I gotta tell you, that whole alpha stuff, I don't get it. Oh, maybe no, it wasn't too hard, and it was a lot of fun. But I kept saying to myself, the two most untalkative people on earth, and there ain't many humans alive on this earth anymore, but the two most untalkative people on earth are having a scene where we're talking. That was sick. That was just sick. So it was very quite interesting. Yeah, go ahead, sir. Dude, I have asked my friend that I went out with last night. I have been blessed with a very poor memory. So what happens on the set of The Walking Dead stays on the set of The Walking Dead. So you enjoy it. You probably know the lines better than I do. How about you? You know, I've tried several whiskeys, and I come to really enjoy the Irish whiskeys, like a well-aged Jameson's or something like that. I like that. It's got a good smooth taste, and it's you know. Well, you know what? It's nice. It's a good sipping whiskey, and you can slam them down if you want. I don't know. It's up to you, but I like to enjoy them myself. Go ahead. Yeah. I don't want any chocolate-covered pretzels. No, thank you. I love chocolate-covered pretzels. Let me have them. Throw them.
Awesome.
Right on. Woo! Right over here. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I got two questions real quick.
No, one question. Go ahead.
What is it like waking up every morning and just pissing excellence?
You'll never know.
What's it like working on a big budget Marvel Marvel film like Guardians and getting makeup every morning and the elaborate special effects? What's that like on set?
It's hard work, man. My makeup, it takes me about 5.5 hours or so to get on set. The makeup, my makeup crew is about 4 or 5 lovely, beautiful British ladies. And they treat me so well, and they come in the morning, I have a hot towel, and then they kick my butt. I sit there, the makeup is phenomenal. I look in the mirror and I look at the makeup and I go, yeah, it's okay. But we just did some photos and I saw some colored time and stuff, and dude, it's stunning. It is beautiful. It is like the most. Baby, I look good in blue. That's all I can say. It looks good. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. Okay, next. Who's got another question here? Right here. Stand on up. Right here. Yeah, you. I totally doubt it. If we did, we'd have some really kick-ass one-liners, let me tell you that, I'm sure. Yeah, go ahead, sir. What was it like working on Mallrats? Well, I'll tell you a little quick story about Mallrats. They wanted to grade my hair, because I said, dude, I'm too young to play this chick's daddy, you know? And, you know, I mean, I'd date her, you know? I'm saying? I don't think it's going to work. And they kept coming at me, and my friend of mine is producer, so he convinced me, well, we'll gray your hair, man, we'll gray your hair. I said, okay, I'll do it. Went in there, spent 3 hours graying my hair. Looked in the mirror afterwards. My hair was yellow and orange, and my scalp was burnt. They burnt my scalp. They screwed it up quite royally, to be easy here, without too many other words. So I go to the producer's bedroom. You know, it was at like 7, 8 o'clock at night before we were out of here. I knocked on the door, and he comes to the door, and I go, "What do you think?" And he is wondering if I'm going to floor his ass or offer him a drink. And he goes, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. And I go, and it's one of those little hotels with the mirror right by the door, and I look in the mirror and I go, yeah. See you tomorrow. I go to my room and I shave my head. I shave my head. I shaved my head completely, right? And I'm so pissed off that I nicked myself at least 15 times. And so when I got on set the next day, they thought I was going to be gray. And I got on set with all these little toilet paper marks. And I had toilet paper all over my scalp like this. And they said, oh, Kevin, Rooker's here, look at, oh my God, look at his hair. He had no hair and all this stuff. And Kevin looks up and he goes, yeah, it's fine. He did not care whatsoever. He was busy with his Game Boy, he was okay. Yeah, it was awesome, to answer your question. Come on. Who's got some, how about in the back? Anybody in the back got any questions? Be brave, stand up and yell. You mean Call of Duty Black Ops 2, right? What's the acting process? It's like well, first off, you're playing these really macho guys, you know? I mean, but you're standing there in tights. Skin tight leotards from your neck all the way down to your toes. And you have all these little markers on you, little reflective markers all over your body, all over your face, all over your ears, your eyelids, your lips, everywhere on your body. And then you go into this room, which some of them can be as large as this room. You go into this room, and this room had, I think it was like 285 cameras from floor to ceiling on all 4 walls. And then they had standalone cameras as well. And so they pick up every movement, every nuance of your face as close as they can get now with technology. And that's what it's like. You're like standing out there almost naked. There are no props. There's nothing to hide behind. You're there in your tights with your reflective little lighting things all over your body, and you're looking like, what the hell am I doing? And other guys that you see in street clothes come in, the big guys that are playing the other military guys, you look at them and you go like, I don't think he looks so tough in tights. I mean, his ass is saggy. I mean, come on. His biceps, he ain't got no biceps. He's got a gut. Because it shows everything. The entire curvature of your entire body. And so you gotta be in shape, man, if you're gonna wear tights in a game like Black Ops 2. If you ever get that gig, make sure you pump up before you go. Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm sorry. That wasn't me.
I want to thank you for making this cool for a guy like me.
Thank you. Right on.